Good stockings or not, this old man knows just by touch. The next second, the flight attendant felt a wave of warmth shoot straight to her head, and the illness that had plagued her for years vanished on the spot. That's when it hit her. The old man wasn't being inappropriate. He was saving her life. Turns out this totally ordinary-looking old dude was terrifyingly OP. He was Li Xuan, a golden core cultivator who failed his tribulation, reborn in a world of magic. When he opened his eyes again, he was a dying old mortal man in the modern world. Even crazier, he woke up inside a psych ward, surrounded by lunatics claiming they could generate oxygen and predict stock charts. A legendary cultivator like him, stuck with these people? And to make things worse, and he only had 15 days left to live. Just when all hope was lost, a life extension system suddenly activated. Shock people, gain life energy, even restore his powers. If the target is a woman, rewards double. If she falls for him, 100 times the reward. Li Xuan lit up. To survive, he had to find his targets. Right here in the psych ward. A man in black was walking Dr. Wang to check on his brother, who'd gone mad. Li Xuan activated his divine sight and saw the truth instantly. Multiple personalities? No. Multiple souls crammed into one body. I can fix him. Excuse me, what? Someone up Grandpa Li's dosage. Faced with everyone's doubt, Li Xuan let out a cold snort and channeled the last trace of his Five Thunder technique. Golden light swirled at his fingertips as he roared into thin air. Evil presence! Reveal yourself! Dead silence. Massive collective shock detected. Li Xuan's lifespan shot up to 90 days. Nurse Su Qing's eyes went wide. This old man was impossibly cool. Reward doubled. Li Xuan didn't just survive. Even his muscles got jacked like a young man's. A reborn Li Xuan headed back to his massage shop, only to find out he was a debt-dodging con artist. Turns out the original old man was just too nice. Co-signed for a neighbor and lost everything. Debt collectors showed up, and Li Xuan had no choice but to bolt. His speed was insane. A few big guys chased him and were already gasping. Couldn't even graze his sleeve. Isn't he like 70-something? A golden core cultivator like me, caught by a bunch of regular people? Please. Grandpa's got legs, bro! Along the way, he ran into a gorgeous flight attendant, who happened to be one of his creditors. Watching her collapse in pain, Li Xuan decided to step in. One look told him it wasn't just a strain injury, there was dark energy eating at her. The moment his finger touched her, every cell in her body felt like it was cheering. Her leg, which she couldn't even move, was fully healed in seconds. The crowd was speechless. This was literally a miracle. The flight attendant was completely floored by him. As Li Xuan carried her to her room, that raw, explosive strength made Su Qing's heart race. But just as she was in full awe of this miracle healer, she spotted his medical report on the table. Multiple late-stage cancers. He didn't have long. Who would have thought? The man casually curing diseases was quietly dealing with so much pain himself. A wave of deep sympathy and shock swept through her. Li Xuan's cultivation locked in solid. Word spread, Su Qing brought her bestie over. Li Xuan, through the sock, diagnosed varicose veins on the spot. The girl literally froze. After a few passes of Li Xuan's godly hands, those ugly veins vanished completely, skin smooth as ever. Through the girl, Li Xuan learned that the missing Jiang Yao hadn't skipped town. She was being held at the Red Romance Club by a thug called Crow Bro, working off a debt. People had been going missing around that place lately. Something was very off. Li Xuan's eyes went cold. Someone dared mess with someone he cared about? Looks like this old man's gotta make a move. Walking into Red Romance, the blasting heavy metal made Li Xuan slightly frown. He walked straight into the billiard room where a crew of thugs was making a scene. He slapped down 10 grand and challenged the most arrogant guy in the room. The thugs laughed, thinking some easy money just walked in. But what happened next had everyone's jaw on the floor. He didn't even need to aim. With his divine sense locked in, every shot was a guaranteed kill. Explosive break shot, every ball dropped. Each one looked like it had a GPS guiding it straight to the pocket. This isn't an old man, this is literally the peak of the game. A massive wave of shock energy flooded in. Li Xuan's cultivation instantly broke through to the first level of qi refinement. That power over life and death, it was finally coming back. Flush with winnings, Li Xuan declared he was covering the entire bar tab. Just like that, he owned the room. When Jiang Yao shuffled out with a broken look on her face, the sight of Li Xuan made her legs give out. She never thought the old man she'd dragged down would storm into this lion's den alone. People around warned him to leave. Crow Bro was ruthless, and his crew kept some seriously dark things. Li Xuan just took a calm sip of his drink and asked, "Where's Crow Bro's office?" Meanwhile, Crow Bro was in his VIP room surrounded by company, daydreaming about running the underworld. Li Xuan pushed the door open, calm but dead serious. Pay Jiang Yao what she's owed. "Ha ha ha! Who the hell are you? Get out!" I said, "Pay Jiang Yao." Crow Bro was cracking up. Some old geezer actually came to play hero? That's rich. His boys grinned, ready to rough up the old man. But before they could get close, a terrifying pressure crushed the entire room. To Li Xuan, these mortals were nothing more than dust. An enraged Crow Bro dropped the act, demanding Li Xuan kneel and lick his shoes clean, then cut off 3 fingers as an apology. Jiang Yao broke down crying to protect the old man, offering to pay back every cent to do anything. Li Xuan felt something stir inside him. This girl, she's got real loyalty. Fine. You want to do this the hard way? Then I'll personally show you what it means to respect your elders. Over a dozen massive guys charged at once, weapons swinging. Then Li Xuan quietly breathed 2 words. Insignificant ants. When the dust settled, every single one of those goons had been blasted out the window. Li Xuan stood untouched, looking completely unbothered. I didn't even try, and you're already done. A few stragglers tried to fight back. Li Xuan casually picked up some peanuts and flicked them. Those peanuts cut through the air like bullets, tearing right through every defense. This was beyond anything a normal person could comprehend. Zheng Yao was shaking, barely able to ask if he was even human. Li Xuan just smiled, his eyes drifting to the shadows in the corner. There, a creature covered in eerie tattoos, eyes glowing red, was waking up. The real nightmare was only just beginning. In this magical age, in this modern city, Li Xuan's path to godslaying had only just begun.